Hello, welcome to News Now on TV360. I'm Thelma Okuru. The Court of Appeal sitting in Port Harcourt, Rivers State has affirmed Ali Modu Sheriff as the authentic chairman of the People's Democratic Party. A three-man panel of judges delivered judgment on the PDP leadership tussle between Sheriff and Ahmed McCarthy on Friday. Both men lead separate factions of the PDP, which is Nigeria's major opposition party. This judgment is one in a series of judgments on the standoff, which has seen both men win cases in different courts in Lagos, Abuja and Port Harcourt. At least 11 people were killed as suicide bombers attacked Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, on Thursday night. According to witnesses and security officials, 9 suicide bombers were among the dead, while 2 residents were also killed in the incident. No group has claimed responsibility for that attack, but it is suspected that Boko Haram is behind it. Before the attack, the Civilian Joint Task Force in Borno State say they killed 6 suicide bombers in another attempted attack. That incident occurred at the Mafa checkpoint, which is 9 kilometers to Maiduguri. The Nigerian Air Force says it has killed several Boko Haram terrorists after it repelled an attack by the insurgents on their location. A statement by the force spokesperson, Group Captain Ayodele Famuyua, says the helicopter which was attacked was conveying medical personnel of the Air Force. According to him, there was no casualty in the Air Force side except for an airman that sustained a bullet wound. 3 people were confirmed dead with another 23 injured when a luxurious bus plunged into a nearby waterway in Lagos. According to the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, there were 59 passengers on board the bus when it crashed. The accident occurred around 3:23 a.m. around Mile 12 area in Ikorodu Road, Lagos. The bus belongs to GUO Transport Service and was heading to Mazamaza from Aba in Abia State. The chairman of the National Population Commission says the 2018 census may go up over 200 billion naira. He was speaking in Abuja at a press conference on the commencement of the 3rd phase of the enumeration area demarcation. Nigeria's last census was held in 2006 during former President Goodluck Olusegun Obasanjo's administration. The United Nations advised that a census must be held in Nigeria every 10 years.
The issue of the cost of the census is in the public domain. We have never stopped telling the world that because of the nature of technology we intend to deploy for the census, it is going to cost about 200-something billion naira. But the good thing is, one, I've said it, this money is not going to come entirely from Nigeria. In other words, it's not government to cough out this money all the time. Now, another good thing about it is this money, the expenditure or the spending of this money will be spread over 4 or 5 years. So it's not something you just put on the table at a go. That is why it is mind-boggling. The fact that it will be spread over 4 years, that is, it will cover the pre-census period, census period and post-census period.
A federal high court in Lagos has ordered the permanent forfeiture of the sum of 34 billion naira recovered from the former Minister of Petroleum, Alison Diziani Madueke. The money was reportedly diverted from the accounts of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. The FCC had initiated the application seeking an interim order for the temporary forfeiture of the federal government of the money linked to the former Minister of Petroleum. Fresh trouble may be brewing in the health sector as the Nigerian Union of Allied Professionals have threatened to down tools if the federal government refuses to listen and act on their demands. The body staged a protest in Lagos State University Teaching Hospital to the State House in Alausa, Ikeja. They have accused the federal government of consistently ignoring the welfare of their members.
Medical and allied health professionals are the latest to protest what they describe as neglect by the federal government.
It is not acceptable. Our Ministry of Health must be revived.
These are health workers which across teaching hospitals and tertiary health institutions in Nigeria. Their demands are simple: restructuring of the health sector, equipping the health sector, address corruption in the health sector, poor funding of the health sector, and welfare of health workers.
The health sector, we don't like the way it's being run. We are calling for restructuring of so many things. A situation whereby our teaching hospitals will be teaching hospitals. A situation whereby our people will get what they come for in the hospital setting. We don't want any private organization to be able to do tests or investigations that our teaching hospitals cannot do. Let them equip our teaching hospitals.
Sincerely speaking, it's because of the people that things have always lingered for this long. If you notice, we threaten to go on strike, maybe 1 or 2 days strike, withdraw. Because of the people. Because a prolonged strike definitely will be catastrophic on the health of Nigerians. And it's because of that that things have lingered since 2009, that we have agreements here to be implemented.
The body says they wish to draw the attention of government and Nigerians to impending strike action, which may paralyze the health sector if their demands are not looked into.
We want to cry out this day that Nigerians should bear us out. Every form of corruption, every form of intimidation, every form of victimization, marginalization that is ongoing in the health sector must stop forthwith.
Commissioner for Health in Lagos State, Jide Idris, admonished the protesters to be patient with the federal government as all their demands will be looked into. He said friction is inevitable among unions, but there should always be room for dialogue.
The health sector is a unique sector because we have so many players. And when you have so many players and so many stakeholders, there is bound to be conflict. And the only way we can do it is to do it in a mature way. We have to resolve conflicts. We cannot totally eliminate conflicts. It's just a natural thing. But what we need to do is that to keep addressing them as they come, peacefully and seriously. And one thing I've always addressed members, the different unions here who've come, even a group came just last week, the CUC. What I told them was that they should be assured that in Lagos State, no professional group will be marginalized.
Dr. Idris promised to deliver the message to the appropriate quarters with a promise that every of their complaints will receive government's attention. Tunjola Nipekun, TV360, Lagos.
The European Union has donated 70 million euros to a healthcare project that seeks to support nutrition and eradicate polio in Nigeria. Speaking at the launch of the project's EU ambassador to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Michel Arian, said the project would help to improve access to effective health and nutrition in 5 states and support the eradication of polio in Nigeria. Minister of Health Isaac Adewale expressed appreciation for the support. He says the funds will go a long way in helping to revive about 774 primary health care centers in 3 states in the country. The National Economic Council (NEC) has demanded the immediate review of the current foreign exchange policy by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Nasarawa State Governor Tanko Almakora, who briefed journalists at the end of the meeting in Abuja, says that the council was concerned over the current exchange rate. The council therefore called on CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele to do something immediately. The meeting was presided over by Acting President Yemi Oshibajo. The House of Representatives Committee on Telecommunications has rejected the 6.97 billion naira allocated to the Ministry of Communications in the 2017 budget. The rejection followed the ministry's failure to provide details of the 2016 budget expenditure. The committee, chaired by Sahid Fijabi, asked the Minister of Communications Adebayo Shittu to provide documents on projects, project locations, third-party contracts and receipt vouchers for conferences and trainings for the ministry. Acting President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo, has inaugurated 24-member National Road Safety Advisory Council for the country. The Minister of Budget and National Planning, Udoma, had before the exercise made a presentation to the meeting on the National Road Safety Strategy for the 2014 to 2018 document. The document, he says, provided the establishment of the Advisory Council to address the challenges of road safety in the country.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. Two of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so...
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no, you don't need to do this. We're only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Okay, which came up with this one now? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. It's now time for business stories. Fidelia has all the latest.
Thank you, Thelma. Nigeria's central bank has disbursed $2.83 billion to critical sectors of the economy in December and January. The CBN in a statement said the money would be used to kickstart a struggling economy and alleviate a drought of foreign currency. The Central Bank of Nigeria says it favored the manufacturing, raw material and agriculture sectors when disbursing the funds, hoping to increase employment and spur wealth creation. The raw material sector received $609 million in December and $228 million in January, while the manufacturing sector got $53.5 million in December and $71 million in January. Nigerian-owned oil and gas company Baywood Continental Limited has revealed its 2017 organizational goals, which include the corroboration of the government's efforts in generating more electricity. The chief executive officer of the company, Chris Baywood Ibe, made this known while addressing newsmen in Lagos. Ibe spoke on challenges contractors and companies face in the oil-rich region of Nigeria.
Shell's flagship under OML 58 upgrade. It is Obite Ubeda Romoji. The acronym is OUR. It's a 42 inches by 46 kilometer gas pipeline. And it is a major artery supplying gas to Alaoji power plant for power generation to the grid as well as gas supply to the LNG. As a matter of fact, without this gas pipeline that we had commissioned since last year, the power situation in Nigeria would have been more terrible than we have seen it today. But thanks to the delivery of that project. Additionally, BCL is the first to carry out river crossing through HDD of the largest pipeline, of the largest bore pipe of 1 kilometer crossing through Zambero River. HDD, gentlemen of the press, the ladies amongst them, for your information, it's called horizontal directional drilling. This is a system deployed to bore a pipe and cross a pipe through major rivers and through major roads, in order to not obstruct either aquatic life or movement of vehicular movement and urban traffic on the road when constructing such a large diameter pipeline of this nature. Like I said, we are the first to have done this 1 kilometer underwater river crossing. So it's of note that we are the first and will always remain the first. Local content has its own pros and cons. On the flip side of it, we need to address local content very well because all these people who make money overnight are trying to get into oil and gas. But I assure you they won't be there for too long because it's very challenging and very demanding. It demands attention. It demands experience. It demands being there. It demands doing what. It's not a place where you have to abandon job because nobody's going to give you money. You're going to borrow the money. So if you borrow the money from the bank and you want to start a project and abandon it, so be it. So the local content really need to address issues like that about experience, about expertise, about people who are just in there to grab money, about also what they call low balling, because this is why our Nigerian companies are not growing. Low balling means people will just go and grab your price of an existing contract and look at what you have done in the past and say, listen, I'm going to beat this guy. We are actually studying how you have fared. Did you make money? Did you lose? So by the time you know it, a job that should have been for $10, these newcomers will bid for $3. And the law says, the lowest bidder. I don't believe in lowest bidder syndrome. It's a killer. We make money today and we lose tomorrow because of this issue of lowest bidder. I need government to address.
Oil prices slipped on Friday, pressured by growing global stocks, while expectations that an oil output cut by producers might eventually balance the market helped to underpin prices. Brent crude futures were trading at $55.57 a barrel, while US crude futures were down 4 cents at $53.32 a barrel. Both appeared on track for losses on the week, though prices had moved higher earlier in the session in response to news that producer group OPEC could extend an output cut amid reining in global supply hang. Well, that's all on business. Thelma will be back with more stories.
Corruption not in my country.
That was a very good business.
Yeah.
The furniture you brought was very perfect.
But that's how we roll.
Let me do you receipts.
Yeah. How much was it again?
1 million naira.
Okay, write 2.5.
The deal was for 1 million naira now.
Okay, write 3 million. I'll give you 500.
Oh no, I don't do business like that now. Yeah.
Hey, that can give me back my check. Let me go and look for someone that understand business.
Take.
Your loss.
It is only for incorruptible customers. What are you talking?
I get that.
What kind of this?
You will just die.
No,
you will die.
That is the door. I get that from here.
Rubbish.
Look, my people, make we only add money for original invoice price. That's not corruption. Say no, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Around 500 sub-Saharan African migrants crossed the fence border surrounding Spain's North African region of Ceuta from Morocco early on Friday. Spain's territories are often used as entry points into Europe for African migrants who either climb over their border fences or try to swim along the coast. In January, around 1,100 migrants tried to cross into the country, although most of them were eventually turned back by authorities. President Donald Trump says his administration will be rolling out a new set of immigration order on travels and refugees next week to replace the controversial one blocked by the courts. Trump says he had ordered a crackdown on sanctuary cities that violated the federal laws by providing safe haven for illegal immigrants. The president emphasized that he would repeal and replace Obamacare by March this year, insisting that the health care plan was a disaster. He maintained that the Russian scandal was a ruse that was meant to cover up for the loss of Democrats and Hillary Clinton. He emphasized that it was better for the U.S. to get along with Russia. Super Eagles coach General says that the national team will play a friendly match with Ghana's Black Stars in March this year. The friendly game with Ghana is in addition to a planned friendly match with Senegal also in March. The Eagles last played in November, and their next competitive match is an African Cup of Nations qualifier in June 2017. Former Super Eagles coach Samson Siasia has applied for the vacant South African manager position. His application was confirmed by the South African Football Association in a statement on Friday. The Olympic silver and bronze winning coach, however, faces tough competition for the post after SAFA confirmed that 60 managers were in line for the position. Among them are former Manchester City manager Roberto Mancini, as well as former Italy boss Giovanni Trampoti and Cameroon AFCON winning coach Hugo Broos. Arsenal's manager Arsene Wenger has said he will decide his Arsenal future in April this year. The Frenchman, whose contract expires at the end of the season, also hinted that he will not retire but will rather manage another club if he rejects Arsenal's 2-year extension. He has also denied rumors of dressing room unrest after the 5-1 defeat to Bayern Munich on Wednesday. The Frenchman has been under enormous pressure after his team's defeat in the Premier League title race. His contract with Arsenal expires in June 2017. That's all we have on News Now. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Thelma Okoro.